Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. The message I have comes from a movie that I was watching. Okay, I was watching Think Like a Man 2. And the message comes through Kevin Hart's character when he is in hot water. Okay, with his wife, who was played by Wendy Williams, and he has spent a substantial amount of their savings on this vacation. And he goes and places a large bet, okay? And he said, like, he saw several signs, and he says, this is a sign. I have a good feeling. He places the bet, and while he turns around, and he's like, I know it is, I know it is, I know it. His friend goes behind his back and removes the money. And he wins the bet. But he didn't win as much because his friend took the money, removed the money from right there. God says some people are removed from your planning stages, not because they are bad, not because they are evil, not because they don't care about you, but because they can jeopardize your blessings trying to protect you. The scripture comes from Matthew 14:34. After making the crossing, they reached the shore at Gennesaret. And when the men of that place recognized him, they spread the word throughout the region. People brought him all the afflicted with the plea that he let them do no more than touch the tassel of his cloak. As many as touched it were fully restored to health. So here's what God is saying. God is in a business of restoring you right now. God is in the business of blessing you right now. God said he is going to give you something. And whatever it is he said he will give you, it looks impossible to the eye. It's not believable to the eye. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. But you know, and God knows, God has been giving you signs, visions, dreams, and he has been guiding you. God says keep everybody, it don't matter who it is, out of this planning process. Because there are some people that are going to try to stop you because they don't want you to have it. And then there are some people that are going to try to stop you because they are scared that it won't work out. And it's not because, once again, they're not bad people. They don't hate you. It's not that they don't love you. There are some situations where people are deliberately trying to stop you because they don't wish you well and they want to see you fail. And then there are situations where people are trying to stop you not because they don't wish you well, not because they want to see you fail, but because they love you and they don't want to see you fail. But God says that they were not in the meeting room when he came up with this plan. God says this plan does not include them. And it doesn't mean that they won't be included in your life. It doesn't mean that you are going to just shun them and that you are to treat them like nobody, like a ugly stepchild and nothing like that. God is not calling you to do that. But when it comes to this plan that God has for you, God says this plan is between you and God, and that's it. That's it. It doesn't mean they hate you. It doesn't mean they bad people. It doesn't mean that they won't be invited to enjoy or whatever. Like if you're creating a business, once you have your opening day or once you get to a point to where you're having a year anniversary or something like that, they are invited. But I can come and tell you that when I started my business, it was a lot of people trying to tell me that I shouldn't. There were a lot of people saying that I would fail. There were a lot of people, and some of them, they did not like me. They despised me, and they just said it because they didn't like me, and they didn't want to see me do well. They wanted to hurt my feelings. But there were also some people that were trying to protect me because they didn't want me to be in a position to where a lot of businesses fail. There are a lot of businesses that don't work out. And the people who start them end up in a hole. They end up having a lot of debt. Blessed be to God. Y'all already know when I started my business, I didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. So I can't even get mad at people that care about me for saying, like, I don't know about this. Okay? But in reality, God had a plan that other people couldn't see. God already had a plan that other people could not see. And I didn't even know the plan. I thought I knew the plan. I just knew what God would give me steps. Okay, now I want you to plan this. And I want you to do that. Okay, do this. And do it again. Now make a website. Do it again. And make another web. You need to find another company, girl. You need to, God had me planning and doing things. And molding me. And when the time was right, He shocked me and blessed me with the money to start my business. And I don't know who this is for, but God says that whatever it is that he is leading you to do right now, let him guide you. Let him show you. You cannot, like, this is something that this is a spiritual matter. This is a godly matter. This is something that is by faith, not by sight. And you cannot allow anybody that is living by sight to come in and control what God got going on. They don't have, like, they don't know what God got going on. And that's okay. They're not supposed to. They're not supposed to know. I've said this before. Everybody don't need to know everything. Everybody don't need to know everything. As long as you are putting forth an effort and you have a plan, that's what matters. They don't need to know your plan. For what? They're not going to help you with it. They're not contributing to it. They're not, like, and I'm just being real. Because even though this person cares, it doesn't mean that they about to help you with it. I'm thinking about on Friday when Craig asked his mama to borrow some money. And she said, "Didn't you get fired?" "Oh, no, you can't borrow no money from me." His life was at stake. His life was at stake. God had a plan, but he ain't know the plan. He tried to go to other people for help, and they told him no. God said, in reality, you don't need to discuss your plan with nobody because they're not going to help you with it anyways. They really just want to know your plan. And sometimes it's not good for them to know your plan because then they can go around telling other people your plan. All them people don't need to know your business. They don't need to know what you about to do. And for some of y'all, this person that already showed you that that's what they about. It don't mean they hate you. It don't mean they talking down. And once again, it don't mean that there are not some people like that. Because some people, they want to know your plan so they can go and laugh at you with other people. They want to know your plan so they can make fun of you. They want to know your plan so they can talk down on you. God said you don't need that kind of energy on you right now. Even when I was starting my business, I was in a position to where I wasn't talking to nobody. I didn't feel like I was in a position where God isolated me. So even if people were laughing and mocking me and making fun of me, I didn't know about it. I didn't. And the people that I did know about, I knew they didn't like me anyway, so I didn't care. But what God is saying is, all these people don't need to know what you're doing. They don't need to know your hand. They don't need to know your business. All they need to know is that you're moving forward. You're putting forth an effort. You're trying. And in reality, the effort that you're putting in is a good effort. For somebody, it's not a situation where you just gave up and you are in a position to where you are down and out and you don't work and you're not trying to work. You don't get no paycheck. You're not making no money. It's nothing like that. This is somebody you are putting forth an effort and you are showing fruit. Just like my tomato plant, y'all. My tomato got some little tomatoes out there. And it's some over here, the back over here. And I got flowers. But anywho, you putting forth an effort and you are showing fruit. 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 You are not just saying that you're doing this and saying that you're doing that and, oh, I'm trying this and I'm trying that and nothing is happening. You are working. You are earning an income and you are using it to benefit to get to where you're trying to go. And you don't have to explain to anybody what you're doing. And in a lot of situations, when other people have their plans going on, they don't share it with you. They don't tell you what they're doing. They work on it by themselves. So you should not feel as though you are obligated to tell them your plan. So, and I'm just being real. I just feel like this is for somebody. If you were to tell people your plan, they wouldn't help you no way. So why do they need to know? They don't. And I feel like for somebody, if you tell this person your plan, they gonna try to talk you out of the blessing that God has for you. They don't need to know. They don't need to know. They may even come to you trying to pressure you to find out. It's none of their business. As long as you have a plan. As long as you have a plan. As long as you working towards it. As long as you putting forth an effort. That's what matters. And that's the message, y'all. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'm going to lastly say, whatever this is that God is doing for you, it's a miracle and it don't make sense. Just like when I was making my business, it did not make sense. When I created, it made no sense. I ain't have no money. No money. No money. No money. No money at all. None. None. Had my son where I wasn't even getting child support. And I ain't have no money, not one dime. And God showed up and showed out for me. So I can testify and say, whatever it is God said he got for you, you gonna get it. But God said, keep it to yourself. You don't need that kind of, you don't need anybody trying to talk down upon you. You don't need anybody looking down upon you. You don't need anybody scrutinizing you. You don't need to be trying to, I just feel like your attention will be taken away from what God wants you to do so that you can go and defend yourself. You don't need to defend yourself to nobody. Just keep it pushing. They don't need to know. That's the message. Thank you guys for watching. They don't ask nobody else for somebody. When it's other people and other people are planning and they're putting things together and they're working towards something, they never ask them. But they always feel the need to ask you. They always feel the need to question you. God says you don't have to answer these questions. You have already proven several times that when you walk by faith, it works out for you. So don't let nobody come and tell you, well, I don't know, it don't look like nah. Whoever this is for, you have proof. You have proof that when God instructs you to do something, it happens. It happens. It happens. It happens. As somebody that God told me to drive to the desert and that and just directed my path. And I went there and I learned what I was supposed to learn. It happens. It happens. It happens. I look crazy. I had all kind of stuff just packed up in the garage. It made no sense. But in reality, now I realize that I was supposed to learn some stuff. There were things that I needed to learn that I could not learn by just watching YouTube videos. I would not be able to learn these things just by reading in books. I had to actually get out in the field and learn how to do some things. And for somebody, God is going to do things for you and it won't make sense to other people. But it don't have nothing to do with them. That's your business. That's what God have you doing. That's what God have you doing. Walk by faith, not by sight. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.